Okay, welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going deep on something pretty crucial in the world of digital finance. We're talking cryptocurrency scams.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this whole landscape buzzing with new ideas, tons of possibilities. But the thing is, it's also attracted,
Yeah,
you know, a whole wave of people looking to take advantage.
exactly. And it's happening so fast, right? I mean, the speed at which crypto has just kind of exploded, it offers these fantastic opportunities. But,
Right.
when things move that quickly, there's always going to be those who try to exploit that novelty and that rapid growth.
Right, and that's exactly why we're here today. We're not, trying to scare anyone off from crypto or anything. It's really more about giving you, the listener, the tools to know what to look for.
Yeah, exactly. Knowledge is power in
It's
this
the th-
space, right? So whether you're just kind of dipping your toes into crypto or you've been around for a while, our goal is to help you spot those danger signs, those red flags. And ultimately, the idea is to help you protect your money
Hmm.
from, potentially some really big losses.
Absolutely, and we're going pretty deep today. We've got a rundown here of 30 different scams.
Yeah, 30. It's quite a
It's
list.
a lot.
But don't feel overwhelmed because the
Hey,
goal of this deep dive is really to break each of these scams down
well,
and give you some really practical advice you can actually use.
exactly. 30 scams can seem like a lot, and it is, to be honest. But we're gonna group these into some categories to make it a little easier to digest.
Yeah, that's right. We want to bring clarity to this,
Yeah.
not make it feel even more complicated.
Right, exactly. Okay, let's unpack this a bit, shall we? We'll start with some of the classic scam techniques that have just kind of been adapted, for the crypto age.
Right, the old tricks, but with a new coat of paint.
Exactly. So first up, we have Ponzi schemes. Those never seem to go away, do they?
Ah, yes, the eternal promise of guaranteed returns. Right. And it's the same old story, really, whether it's crypto or something else. You have these early investors getting paid with the money
Sure.
from the newer investors. It creates this kind of illusion that everything's going great.
Right.
But, and this is the key point,
Right.
this whole house of cards comes crashing down the moment that new money dries up.
Right. So what are some of the big red flags here for our listeners? What should they be watching out for?
Well, one of the biggest ones is when a platform promises guaranteed returns
Right.
without any real risk involved. Now, come on.
Especially in this space.
I mean, in crypto, that's just not realistic.
Yeah.
So that should be a huge warning sign right there. And also, watch out for that pressure to recruit new members,
Mhm.
because if the platform is more focused on you bringing in more people than
Yeah.
on any genuine investment activity or real returns, that's a major problem. That's how they sustain that illusion.
Right. So just to kind of recap here for everyone, the key takeaway with Ponzi schemes,
Yeah.
is that they're really exploiting that desire, that human desire for easy, risk-free profits. Right.
Exactly.
And it all falls apart when they can't find new investors.
Yeah. I mean, legitimate investment opportunities,
Yeah.
especially in a market as volatile as crypto, always carry some level of risk.
Yeah.
So if someone's promising you risk-free, guaranteed profits, you gotta ask yourself, what are they really selling here?
Right, exactly. All right, let's move on to another scam that I think a lot of people are familiar with,
Mm.
but may not realize how they work in the crypto space, and that's phishing scams.
Right. Yeah. Phishing, good old phishing. We've all seen those emails, but in
Mm.
crypto, it gets a bit more focused.
Right.
You have scammers impersonating trusted entities.
Mhm.
So we're talking about the big crypto exchanges. Like your
Yeah.
Coinbase or Binance or
Yeah.
popular wallet providers, or
Mhm.
even those big influencers in the space.
Right.
The goal is to trick you into giving up sensitive information like your passwords, or even worse,
Yeah.
your private keys.
Right. And private keys, we should underscore this,
Yeah.
are like those are the keys to the kingdom, essentially.
Absolutely. Once a scammer has your private keys,
Yeah.
they have complete control over your crypto.
It's game over.
Game over.
So what can people do to prevent this?
Well, first and foremost, always double check the URL of any website you're visiting. Make sure it's the actual legitimate platform.
Yeah.
Because one little, difference in the address
Yeah.
can take you to a completely fake site that's just designed to steal your information. And this is This is really crucial. Never, ever share your private keys with anyone. No one. Not even someone claiming to be, support from an exchange or anything like that. Legitimate support
Right.
will never ask for your private keys.
Right, right.
And then finally, enable two-factor authentication on all your accounts.
Mm-hmm.
That adds that extra layer of security that can really, really help.
Okay. Excellent advice there. Let's move on to another one that is increasingly common these days, and that's social media scams.
Oh yeah, social media. That's a breeding ground for all sorts of scams these days.
Yes,
It's so easy to create these fake profiles
Right.
that look like they belong to, a big crypto influencer,
Yeah.
or they'll announce these fake giveaways of cryptocurrency, You see those all the time.
I know. It's like, retweet this and send 0.1 ETH to this address.
Exactly, and they make it look so convincing,
Right.
But it's all just designed to get you to send your money to their wallets under false pretenses.
Right. So what's the key takeaway here?
Right.
Just be extremely cautious with any unsolicited messages you get,
Absolutely.
especially those promising, free crypto or things like that.
Yeah. And always double check those announcements
Yeah.
with the official accounts of the people or organizations they claim to be from.
Right.
If something sounds too good to be true on social media, 9 times out of 10,
Yeah.
it's a scam.
It probably is.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move on to our second category here, and this is scams that are kind of unique to the nature of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology.
Right. So these are exploiting the very technology itself.
Exactly. Yeah. So first up, we have fake ICOs or initial crate offerings.
Mhm.
Maybe you could explain to our listeners what exactly an ICO is.
Sure. So an ICO it's basically a way for new blockchain projects to
Mm-hmm.
raise money
Yeah.
by selling their own cryptocurrency tokens. It's kind
Uh-huh.
of like a crowdfunding
Right. Right.
thing, but specifically for these new crypto ventures. Now the problem is this whole model has been exploited like crazy by scammers.
Yeah.
They launch these ICOs for tokens that have absolutely no purpose,
Mm.
no real underlying technology, no intention of ever being developed.
Right.
They just want to collect money and disappear.
Right. So what are some red flags to look for?
Well, first of all, do your research.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the project's white paper.
Right.
Does it actually lay out a viable concept, a realistic plan?
Right.
Dig into the development team.
Yeah.
Are they credible? Are they experienced? Are they publicly known?
Mm-hmm.
And also look at their roadmap. Is it a realistic timeline? Are the milestones achievable? And I think this is really important. Be very, very wary of any ICO that promises just these crazy,
Right.
unrealistic returns
Yeah.
with very little concrete information about the project itself.
Yeah, that's always a red flag in any investment opportunity, I think.
Absolutely. Transparency is key. A well-defined, realistic plan.
Yeah.
That's what you want to see.
Right. All right, next up in this category, we have rug pulls in DeFi projects. Now, this sounds
Oh, yeah, rug pulls.
kind of scary.
Yeah, these can be pretty devastating.
Yeah.
So in DeFi, which is decentralized finance,
Mm-hmm.
a rug pull happens when the developers of a project, often one that has, a lot of investors' money locked in,
Yeah.
they basically just pull the rug out from under everyone,
Right.
take all the liquidity
Mm.
and run. And the price of the project's token
Yeah.
just plummets to basically zero.
Right. Leaving everyone who invested with
Yeah, worthless assets.
worthless tokens.
That exactly.
Yeah. So what are some things people can do to avoid these rug pulls?
Well, again, transparency of the team is super important.
Mm-hmm.
Are the developers publicly known?
Right.
Do they have a track record you can actually verify?
Yeah, yeah.
And then look for independent security audits. Mm-hmm.
Have they had reputable firms look at their code?
Right.
Because those audits can help identify vulnerabilities
Right.
or even, malicious code within the project itself.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All right, up next we have fake crypto wallets.
Right. So we talked about phishing for private keys earlier,
Mm-hmm.
but this is different.
Right.
This is where the wallet itself
Yeah.
is the trap. It's designed from the ground up to steal your keys.
Right.
And of course, your crypto.
Yeah.
These wallets, they can look so real. They might be, mobile apps that look just like
Yeah.
the real thing, or even browser extensions that seem helpful. But
Yeah.
once you enter your keys into one of these fake wallets, your crypto's gone.
It's as good as gone.
It's gone straight to the scammer.
So, where should people be getting their wallets from to stay safe?
Stick to the reputable sources.
Mm-hmm.
The well-established companies.
Yeah.
Like hardware wallets from, Ledger or Trezor.
Those are generally considered the most secure option.
Mhm.
And if you're using a software wallet,
Yeah.
choose well-known options
Yeah.
like MetaMask or Trust Wallet. And always download those apps from the official app stores or the wallet provider's website.
Right, straight from the source.
Exactly. Don't trust random links or anything like that.
Okay. And last up in this category, we have fraudulent smart contract scams.
Smart contracts. So they're basically self-executing agreements, right? Written in code, stored on the blockchain, and they can be really useful for automation and transparency. But
Yeah.
the thing is, bad actors can design these contracts with hidden code
Right.
or vulnerabilities that allow them to steal funds.
Yeah, and this gets into the kind of technical weeds a little bit.
It does, yeah.
So how can someone who isn't, a coder or whatever,
Right.
protect themselves from this?
This is where those third-party security audits we talked about before are so important.
Aye.
Because a good project, a
Yeah.
trustworthy project, will have their contracts reviewed by independent experts who can spot those vulnerabilities
Right.
or that malicious code. And transparency is key here.
Yeah.
Ideally, the code of the contract should be public so that anyone with the technical expertise
Yeah.
can review it. Now, you might not be able to read the code yourself,
Right.
but the fact that it's open for the community to look at,
Yeah.
that provides a layer of security in itself.
Okay. All right. We're making our way through these. Let's move on to our third category now. We're calling this deceptive platforms and listings.
Right. So this is about those platforms that look legit but are anything but.
Exactly. And first up, we have fake crypto exchanges.
Right. We talked about phishing related to exchanges before.
Right.
But this is different.
Yeah.
This is the entire platform being fake.
Yeah, it's like the whole operation is a facade.
It is. They're often designed to look just like the real exchanges.
Right.
They'll offer really attractive features.
Yeah.
Like super low trading fees.
Yeah.
Or really high staking rewards just to lure you in.
Yeah, yeah.
And you might even be able to deposit your crypto,
Right.
see it in your account, maybe even make a few trades. But the moment you try to withdraw your funds, that's when the problems start.
That's when you realize.
Yeah, you'll run into delays, requests for more verification, or the whole platform just vanishes.
And your money's gone with it.
It's gone, just like that.
So how can our listeners avoid falling for these fake exchanges?
Well, the most important thing is to stick to the well-established exchanges, the ones with a proven track record.
Yeah.
Do your research, check independent reviews, read comments on forums, social media, see what other users are saying,
Right.
and always, always double-check that website URL.
Yeah.
Make sure you're on the actual genuine platform, because even a single letter difference
Right.
in the web address can take you to a fake site.
Right.
Right.
Okay, that's really good advice. Next, we have fake token listings.
So this is another sneaky one. Basically, scammers will announce or strongly imply
Right.
that their little known token is about to be listed on a major exchange.
Right, like a Coinbase.
So
or,
basically,
yeah, Binance or something.
Right. And that creates this artificial hype.
Right.
People rush to buy the token thinking it's going to, skyrocket in price.
Yeah.
But of course, the listing never happens.
Right.
The scammers disappear with the money.
And everyone's left holding the bag.
Holding the bag, yeah.
Yeah. So what's the key here? It's verification, right?
Verification is key.
Yeah.
Don't just take their word for it.
Yeah.
Check the official website of the exchange.
Right.
Check their social media. Don't rely on the information from the token project itself.
Right. Go straight to the source.
Exactly.
Okay. Good advice. Next up, we have fake crypto lending platforms.
Right. So crypto lending has become very popular.
Yeah, it has.
But there are some definite dangers to be aware of.
Right, because these fake platforms, they'll offer these super high returns.
Yeah, they're ridiculously high.
Right, to get people to lend them their crypto.
Exactly.
And
Let's
then
disappear
with all the money.
with the funds.
Yeah. So the article we're looking at here, it specifically cautions against those too good to be true returns.
Yeah. I mean, if something sounds too good to be true,
Right.
it probably is, right?
Yeah.
Especially in crypto. Stick to the established platforms, the ones with a good track record,
Yeah.
positive user reviews.
Right. Yeah. And ideally some kind of regulatory framework in place.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Right. Okay. Similar to lending, we have fake staking platforms. So maybe you could explain for our listeners what the difference is between lending and staking.
Sure. So with lending, you're basically loaning your crypto to someone else with the expectation of getting it back.
Right.
Plus interest. Staking is a bit different. You're locking up your crypto to support the operation of blockchain network. And in return, you get rewards in the form of more cryptocurrency.
Right.
Now, the problem is
Yeah.
these fake staking platforms, they operate a lot like the fake lending platforms. They offer these crazy high rewards to lure people in, and then they just take the crypto and run.
So I imagine the advice for avoiding these scams is pretty similar to the advice for avoiding fake lending platforms.
Exactly. Verify, verify, verify. Look for those independent audits, check the reviews, and be very, very skeptical of any platform promising yields that just seem, way too high.
Okay, good to know. All right, we're on to our fourth category now, which is scams that are exploiting interest in emerging trends within the crypto space.
Right. So these are the ones that are riding the wave of whatever's hot at the moment.
Right, right. So first up, we have fake blockchain games.
Oh, yeah, this is a big one. Play to earn, or P2E gaming is huge right now.
Yeah.
And scammers are all over it.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
creating these fake games that look a lot like the real deal. The graphics, the gameplay, it all seems legit. They might charge you an entry fee or make you buy in-game assets like NFTs, and then once they've, collected enough money, poof, the game's gone.
And so is your money.
Exactly.
So what can people do to avoid these fake game scams?
Well, the key is research, Before you invest any time or money in a blockchain game, do your homework.
Right.
Read reviews. Investigate the developers.
Yeah.
Are they transparent? Do they have a track record?
Right.
Look for an active community. If it seems like there's no one actually playing the game, that's a red flag.
Yeah. Yeah. And definitely be wary of games with anonymous developers.
Absolutely. If they're hiding who they are, that's a big problem.
Yeah, good point. Okay, next we have fake NFT scams.
So this is all about the non-fungible tokens,
right.
NFTs as they're called. And they've exploded in popularity.
They have.
But unfortunately that's attracted the scammers as well. They're creating and selling fake NFTs, digital assets that either have no real value or they're just copies of legitimate NFTs from real artists.
And people are paying a lot of money for these.
Yeah, it's a problem.
So how can people make sure that they're buying a real NFT?
Buy from reputable marketplaces, the ones that have strong verification processes, and always verify the authenticity of the NFT before you buy it.
Yeah.
Look at the transaction history, look into the creator,
right.
Do your due diligence.
Okay. And finally, in this category, we have fake mining software.
Right. So we talked a bit about mining before. And, with mining, you're using your computer's processing power to solve complex mathematical problems and earn cryptocurrency as a reward.
Right.
Now, these fake mining programs, they'll promise you these amazing returns.
Yeah.
But instead of actually mining, they're stealing your data, installing malware, or even mining cryptocurrency for the scammer themselves without you even knowing.
Yeah. So what should people be looking for here?
Only use mining software from trusted developers, reputable sources.
Yeah.
And be very suspicious of any program that promises just, crazy high returns.
Right. Yeah. And any upfront fees or investments, those are always red flags.
Yeah. If it sounds too good to be true,
it probably is.
Okay, good advice. We're getting to the home stretch here. Next category is social engineering and misinformation. So this is really about exploiting human psychology to carry out these scams.
Right. Yeah. This is about preying on people's emotions, their trust, their desire for quick profits.
Right, right. And first up in this category, we have impersonation scams. We talked about this a little bit before in the context of phishing, but it's actually much broader than that.
It is. You have scammers creating fake profiles, websites, email addresses,
Right.
all designed to look like they belong to, big names in the crypto world.
Yeah.
People like Elon Musk.
Vitalik Buterin, big venture capitalists, those sorts of folks.
And they're using these fake identities to promote, fake investments,
Yeah.
fake giveaways, fraudulent ICOs, all sorts of things.
Yeah. They might even directly message you,
Right.
pretending to be these people, trying to get you to send them money.
Right. So the constant theme here seems to be sure to verify.
Yeah.
Verify.
Always verify.
Yeah.
Check those official websites, the verified social media accounts. Don't just trust random messages or offers, especially if they're asking you to send crypto or give up personal information.
Okay. Next up, pump and dump schemes.
Yeah, the classic pump and dump.
Yeah.
This is market manipulation 101.
Right. So how do these work in the crypto world?
So you have a group of people who are coordinated, right? They're working together.
Right.
They'll pick a low value cryptocurrency, often one that's pretty obscure.
Yeah.
And they'll start spreading all this hype and misinformation.
Right.
They'll place big buy orders, artificially inflating the price once the price is, pumped up.
Yeah.
They dump their holdings,
Right.
making a huge profit. And everyone else who bought in late,
Yeah.
they're left holding these worthless coins.
Right. So the key takeaway here is to not buy into the hype.
Exactly. Don't FOMO. That's
Yeah.
the fear of missing out. Don't buy something just because the price is going up, especially if there's no, real reason for it.
Right. If there's no actual news or development behind it.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. Next up, we have fake airdrops, and we've talked about airdrops before as a legitimate way that some projects kind of get their tokens out there.
Right. Yeah. Airdrops can be a legitimate marketing tool.
Right.
But scammers have figured out how to exploit them too.
Yeah. So how do these fake airdrops work?
Yeah. They'll advertise these fake airdrops, promising free tokens to anyone who participates.
Right.
But to participate, they'll ask you for personal information.
Right.
Or they'll get you to connect your wallet to a malicious website, or even send them a little bit of crypto to verify your identity or pay for gas fees.
Right.
Of course, you never get those tokens, and your information or your money is gone.
So the rule here is legitimate airdrops, they shouldn't be asking you to send them crypto, right?
Exactly. Legitimate airdrops will usually just need your public wallet address. That's all.
Right.
They don't need your private keys or anything like that.
Right. Okay. Next up, we have fake investment advice. And this is something that's, not unique to crypto.
Right, yeah. This is an old scam, but it's found a new home in the crypto world.
Right. So how does this work?
You have these scammers posing as financial experts, gurus they call themselves.
Right.
They'll offer you these insider tips or guaranteed returns for a fee, of course.
Yeah.
And once you pay, they disappear.
Right.
And those hot tips, they never materialize.
Yeah. So again, be very cautious about paying for investment advice.
Yeah, especially if they're promising guaranteed profits.
Right.
That's just not realistic in crypto.
Yeah, good point. Next, fake customer support scams.
This is a nasty one.
Yeah, it is.
They'll impersonate customer support reps from exchanges,
Yeah.
wallet providers,